Hi guys, so today I'm having a look at the Ordinary Coverage Foundation from the overall brand is Deciem. They describe themselves as the Abnormal Beauty Company, which I love. I just think that's it really is what they seem to do. So I'm going to touch on their skincare as well as this foundation today because I have been using their skincare. I have been loving it. And, I just kind of quickly showed you in the application section what I've been using. And you can see how my skin's looking when it's naked. So there's two types of foundation from this company. There's the coverage foundation and the serum foundation. Because I've got oily skin, I felt like the serum foundation didn't really sound like it was for me. So this is £5.90 for 30 millilitres. It comes in 21 different colours with all sorts of different undertones. Yes, it's not the greatest shade range out there. I know everybody at the moment's on about Fenty and their 40 shades, but you could probably buy, 6 bottles of this for the one bottle of Fenty, and then you'd be able to custom match your shades throughout the year regardless of how much you tan and things like that. So what I did quite like is when you're looking online and you select a shade, the swatches show not just that shade, but also the couple of shades either side so that you can kind of get a feel of, how their system works. So that for me is brilliant. This is a alcohol-free and oil-free formula, which is good. Alcohol obviously could potentially lead to drying. Oil can lead to oily skin getting oilier. It's nut-free, vegan, gluten-free, soy-free, cruelty-free. So, brilliant. It says it's a full coverage formulation. It contains higher pigment levels than the serum foundation, but still offers a smooth finish that avoids the heavy makeup look that can make skin appear more aged. Texture is that of a lightweight, oily cream. Now, I have to say I couldn't agree more with that. I feel like I have next to nothing on. So that's, it's just such a nice feeling. So this also contains an SPF of 15. Depending on where you live, that's going to be quite low. I do live in Scotland though, so actually SPF 15 is probably decent enough for where I am. Although looking at the websites, it's a titanium dioxide, so it's not a chemical sunscreen, it's a physical sunscreen. So I quite like that as well, to be honest with you. So they give you an explanation of the undertones and how that's worked out. So P is for pink, R is for red, N neutral, Y for yellow, and then a couple of the shades have S and G at the end, indicating silver or gold highlights, which have really, really, really fine metallic pigments for added highlight. I've got the shade 1N, so the palest neutral one, and I'm just going to show you how we got on with applying that today. Okay, so just before we get this on, I'm just going to quickly mention I have been using the skincare mixture of the salicylic acid, the 2% solution, the resveratrol 3% and ferulic acid 3%, the niacinamide 10% and zinc 1%, and lastly the 5% caffeine solution for the under eye. Just to kind of zoom you in and give you an idea, I actually for a couple of days used it on this eye and not this eye, and it looks like my bag starts here instead of out here. So I'm pretty much convinced of the skincare and in love with that already. So that can go back in its box for just now. So let's see how the foundation goes. Now, I did have to pick out the colours online. It was a little bit difficult and I've got a feeling I've ghosted myself. But we'll see, and we'll just take it down my neck. So plastic bottle, 30 mils, pump applicator. Pump applicator? No. Pump dispenser. Which might be locked, yeah. That's good to know, it's got a locked position. That's a good start for when you're travelling, since it doesn't have a lid that goes on top of the pump. So, let's click that back. I'm just going to use my Nancy foundation brush because, well, it's clean. So okay. Actually, I guess not bad on the shade, to be honest with you. Undertones are matching me quite well. They do have a great selection for different undertones, which is awesome. And this is blending out super easy. It is more of a medium coverage, I would say, so I'm probably going to build that up. Although with the skincare, my skin's looking quite nice anyway. So possibly that's going to continue. There is a primer, but they happen to be sold out when I was putting my order in. So I'm trying this with a primer that I know first of all anyway, which is my preference. I've got this Open Glory One Heck of a Blot on. So at least if something, doesn't work out today, I'll know it's the foundation because that's the only thing that's changed. So, okay, yeah, I am loving this. That has built up so nicely. A lot of my face I think I could do without concealer, which is not how I usually feel. I feel like I've got nothing on my face, foundation wise. And yeah, this actually looks really, really, really nice. I've been holding off on wearing this because I haven't had time to do a wear test, and oh man, I wish I'd found the time earlier because I would have loved to have been wearing this. So let's just see how other products blend with it. I've got an under eye corrector, and I still need to go and replace my Kiko one. I finally accepted that it's bit the dust. I will need to sort that out. Yeah, that's blended in absolutely fine with that. No problems at all. Always good when it plays well with others. And a little bit of concealer as well. Oh yeah, that blends so nicely with other products. Okay, I'm going to go and finish the rest of my face makeup and come back to do the first kind of timestamp for the wear test. Okay, so time for the first timestamp. It is 11:09, so I am going to go about my day. We'll see how this holds up. Yes, I've got a slight mascara smudge. I'm waiting for it to dry before I flake it off, and I just wanted to get the timestamp set. So I will check in with you guys throughout the day and we will see how this holds up. So far, I'm loving it. It really plays well with other products. I love the finish on it. I still feel like I'm wearing nothing. I used such a tiny amount of concealer today. So at the moment, absolutely loving this product. We'll just see how it lasts throughout the day. Okay, so time for my first check-in. I ended up being out longer than I thought I would. It is now 5:10, so I can't actually remember what time I looked this morning. I know it was somewhere around 11, so we're somewhere around the 6-hour mark, and coverage is looking pretty darn good. Cheeks, perfect. Nose, perfect. Chin, maybe could do with a little bit of help. Once I zoom you in, you'll see what I'm on about. But it's not settling into pores anywhere near as much as the H&M one that I tried last week. So what I'm going to do is I am going to blot this off and keep going about my day. So let's just see how well it blots, because that was a problem with the H&M one as well. It seemed to lift with the blotting paper. And this is not doing that. Oh yeah, okay. Alright. I'm happy with that. I'm happy to carry blotting sheets, that's a normal thing for me. So as I said, I will go about my day, continue and get back to you. It's 5:10 and I'm happy with how it's all looking. My blushes stayed nice on it, contours stayed nice on it, highlights stayed nice on it. Happy so far. Okay, so final check-in, I actually ended up out. It's now midnight, I'm at boyfriend's house. The coverage is still there, I've got some oil breaking through. I have lost coverage due to my glasses, but I'm yet to find a foundation that doesn't do that. Tiny bit more coverage is away on my chin, but at this point we've had this on for 13 hours, and I think it looks pretty damn good and it's still comfortable. So for me, this is definitely a good byproduct, and I will be continuing to use it. And if you've got any questions, leave those down below and I will speak to you later. Bye!